Welcome back to Financially Free with Latoya and Tracy, the podcast where your journey to financial freedom starts here, together. I'm your host, Latoya. We're on a mission to help 100,000 people improve their credit scores by November 11th, 2026, at absolutely no cost to you. Today, we're diving into Step 5, Dispute Errors and Clean Up Your Credit Report like a pro. This is the final step in the Journey to Better Credit series. Here's something that might shock you. Errors on your credit report are way more common than you think, and they could be costing you 50 to 100 points. Studies show that 1 in 5 people have errors on their credit reports that are negatively impacting their scores. The good news, you have a legal right to dispute those inaccuracies. And the bureaus, they must investigate. Let's get into it. But before we jump in, let me give you a quick recap for anyone that's just joining us. Step 1 was all about pulling your credit reports and your scores and setting your SMART goals. You've got your baseline and you know where you're starting. Step 2, we tackled collections in 7 days, pay for delete strategies. We got those collections handled. Step 3, charge-offs and rebuilding payment history. You learn how to settle old debts and start building positive payment history, the number one factor in your credit score at 35%. Step 4, credit utilization. We showed you how to lower your balances and maximize your score in 30 days. Get that utilization under 10% and you're on your way to elite credit. And now, step 5. This is where we clean house. This is where we make sure your credit report is accurate. Because if it's not accurate, it's hurting you. And you have the power to fix it. All right, first things first. You need to know your rights. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, protects you. This law says that credit bureaus must report accurate information. If something on your credit report is inaccurate or incomplete, you can dispute it, and they must investigate within 30 days. If they can't verify the information, it has to be removed. Now here's the thing. The bureaus can reject disputes they think are frivolous. So, you just can't dispute everything and hope it sticks. You need to provide evidence. You need to be specific. The law is on your side here. Be persistent. The credit bureaus work for the creditors, not for you. But the law says they have to treat you fairly. Go through your credit reports from all 3 bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and check for these common mistakes. Number 1, personal information errors. Wrong name, address, or social security number. Accounts that belong to someone else with a similar name. Mixed files, where your information gets mixed with a family member, like a junior, senior, etc. Number 2, account errors. Accounts listed as open when they're closed. Incorrect balances or credit limits. Incorrect payment history, like on-time payments marked as late. Accounts past the statute of limitations, usually 7 years for most debts, 10 years for Chapter 7 bankruptcy and charge-offs. Number 3, duplicate debts. The same debt reported multiple times by different collection agencies. This happens more often than you think. A debt gets sold from one collector to another, and both report it. That's double the damage to your score. Number 4, status errors. Charge-offs still showing as open when they should be closed. Accounts showing delinquent after successful payment plan completion. Hard inquiries you did not authorize. inquiries from companies you never applied with. Here's a pro tip. If you applied for a car loan and the car dealership shopped your credit to 5 lenders, those should often count as a single inquiry, not 5 separate ones. Before you dispute anything, you need evidence. Here's what to gather. Types of evidence: bank statements showing on-time payments, confirmation emails from creditors saying you paid or settled, court documents if a debt was discharged in bankruptcy, FTC identity theft report from identitytheft.gov if fraud is involved, credit monitoring alerts showing when the errors first appeared, receipts, canceled checks, or payment confirmations. Here are some documentation tips. Take screenshots of everything. Save PDFs. Don't just rely on online access. Keep physical copies. Yes, print them out if you can. Highlight the relevant sections so it's easy for the Bureau to see. The more evidence you have, the stronger your dispute. Don't just say, "This is wrong." Prove it's wrong. Okay, you found errors. You've gathered evidence. Now let's dispute. You have 2 options, online or by mail. Let me walk you through both. Method 1, online disputes. Here are the pros. It's quick, trackable, usually resolves in 2 to 3 weeks. The cons: limited space to explain complex issues, can't attach extensive documentation easily, and some people find it harder to escalate. Here's how to dispute it. Go to the Dispute Center for Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Log in or create an account. Select the items you want to dispute. Choose the reason for the dispute. Be very specific. It's not yours, incorrect balance, account closed but showing opened, payment was on time but is reflecting late. Upload your evidence if the system allows it. Submit. Check your status regularly. You'll get email updates. Method 2, mail disputes. Most effective for any complex issues. The pros: creates a paper trail, allows for detailed explanations, shows you're serious, and it's better for complex disputes. The cons: it's slower, allow 30 to 45 days, and it requires certified mail, so it costs a few dollars. Here are some important tips to consider when mailing. Dispute with each bureau separately. Just because Experian removes it doesn't mean Equifax will. Be specific. Don't just say this is wrong. Say, this account shows a balance of $500, but I paid it in full on. Insert the date, and here's proof. Don't use online dispute templates from sketchy websites. Write your own or use one that we have for you. Here's a tip for phone disputes. Only if you can spell everything clearly and document the call. It's harder to track. I would recommend online or mail. And then the last tip, keep copies of everything, every letter, every email, every piece of evidence. So, what's happening after you dispute? Once you submit your dispute, here's the timeline. Within 5 business days, the Bureau contacts the creditor to let them know there's a dispute. Within 30 days, the creditor has to investigate and respond. Your possible outcomes include: the error is removed, your credit score improves, you win. This is the best case scenario. Number 2, the error is corrected but not removed. For example, they fix the balance from $500 to 0, but the account stays on your report. This might still help your score. Number 3, the dispute is rejected. The creditor verified the information. This is frustrating, but it's not the end. If your dispute is rejected, you have options. Option 1, add a statement to your credit report explaining why you believe the information is wrong. Lenders will see this when they pull your credit report. Option number 2, if your dispute is rejected, escalate. Send a follow-up letter with more evidence or a more detailed explanation. Option 3, request the method of verification. Ask the Bureau to explain how the creditor verified the information. Sometimes they can't prove this, which strengthens your case for a second dispute. Option number 4, file a complaint. Here are some advanced moves. Number 1, dispute all 3 bureaus simultaneously. If an error appears on all 3 reports, dispute it with all 3 at the same time. Don't assume one bureau would tell the others. They won't. Number 2, goodwill letters. If you had a legitimate late payment, but you've rebuilt your credit, you can write a goodwill letter to the creditor, not the bureau, asking them to remove it as a courtesy. The success rate here, it's about 30 to 40%. It's worth a try, especially if you've been a good customer otherwise. Here's another advanced move. Multiple disputes over time. Sometimes one dispute doesn't work. Follow up in 2 to 3 months with different evidence or a more detailed explanation. Persistence pays off. Number 4, file a complaint. If a bureau refuses to investigate or remove something that's clearly wrong, escalate. Escalate with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and Federal Trade Commission. This gets their attention. Use this only if they're violating your rights. Real talk, you do not need to pay a credit repair company. Everything they do, you can do for yourself for free. Here's your plan to clean up your credit report in the next 30 days. Week 1, identify your errors. Pull all 3 credit reports. Go through line by line and make a list of errors. And use a spreadsheet if it helps. Week 2, gather evidence. Bank statements showing proof of payment, confirmation emails from creditors, photo ID and proof of address. Draft your dispute letters or prepare online disputes. Week 3, submit disputes. Submit disputes online or via certified mail. Keep copies of everything. Note the date that you submitted each dispute. Week 4, follow up. Check dispute statuses online. If you haven't heard back in 30 days, follow up by phone or email. Document all communication. 30 to 45 days after submission, review the results. If errors were removed, pull your credit report again and check your score. It should improve. If disputes were rejected, escalate using the strategies we discussed. Listen, your credit report is your financial reputation. If it's inaccurate, it's costing you money, opportunities, and peace of mind. But here's the thing, it's fixable and it's essential. Even one error can cost you 50 to 100 points. One late payment that shouldn't be there can be the difference between getting approved for that loan or getting denied. So take action. Pull those reports, find those errors, dispute them, and be persistent. The law is on your side. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives you the power to demand accuracy. Use it. If this episode helped you, here's what I would like for you to do. Please share it, Send it to someone who's working on their credit. Text it to a friend. Post it to your family chat. Let's help each other. Thanks so much for listening to Financially Free with Latoya and Tracy. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. We also hope that you enjoyed the Journey to Better Credit series, steps 1 through 5. If you enjoyed this episode and the series, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with friends or anyone who's ready to take control of their credit. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Have an amazing day.